What's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I had a brief distraction, but now we're back down. So I'm just gonna go over all this again. Then we're gonna pick up where we left off. Look like I missed the E in real estate, so let me fix that. All right, cool. So just gonna go over everything again real quick and pick up where we left off, which was step 4, talking to a real estate agent. First-time home buyer loans. If you are a first-time home buyer, there are things that you can do to easily get you in a home. Well, I'm not gonna say easily because you have to put in some work, but it isn't as stressful as people think. This is the reason why a lot of people don't take action, because they don't know where to start. So the first place you want to start is Googling or researching, whatever, first-time home buyer loans. There are a bunch of different programs out there. We will be talking about one kind of loan today, which is an FHA loan. That stands for Federal Housing Administration Loan. And these loans are specifically for people with a low credit score that is trying to purchase a home for the first time. So, the minimum score needed to obtain a FHA loan is a 580. That's right, 580. A lot of people think that it takes like 700 or 800 credit score to get a home. No. If you find the right resource, you can potentially get a home loan with a score of 580. Like I said in the other video before I was distracted, a lot of my clients, a lot of my clients have obtained a home loan with this type of score. They didn't have a 700. They didn't even have like a 670. Which is a score that most potential home lenders want to see. But 580 or higher is what my clients had, and they are now in a home because of our services. So that's the type of credit score you need for an FHA loan. Now, the steps to obtaining this loan goes as getting to the house goes as follows. First, you want to obtain your credit report. The reason why you want to do that is you want to make sure there's nothing negative on that report. And if there is something negative on that report, contact us ASAP so we can help you get that figured out. All right? That's step 1. Step 2, get pre-approved. Now, like I said in the other video, you want to get pre-approved, not just for home loans, but any kind of loan. I tell people that inquiries are low impact towards your credit score, and that's true. Inquiries are low impact, but you want to shy away from anything that will decrease your score. Inquiries, although they are low impact, they do decrease your score 7 to 10 points. All right, so you want to stay away from that, and the way that you do that when you are trying to obtain new credit or new loans is get pre-approved. I know you probably heard of that. Now, when you get pre-approved, it does not affect your score. Third thing you want to do is find out your options. Like I said, we're talking about first-time home buyer loans. Specifically, we're talking about an FHA loan. There are multiple types of loans just like this. You just have to do a little research and find out the loan is good for you. All right? Everybody's situation is different, so find out what works for you the most. Okay? 4th step, talk to a real estate agent. When you're making moves like this or any type of big financial moves, you always want to consult with an expert. All right, that real estate agent will be able to guide you. They know the market, the housing market. They know what's going on. So they will be able to guide you toward the right place for you. All right, so that's where we left off. We're going to pick it back up at step 5. Now, these steps aren't really specific order. These are things that you want to make sure you are doing when you are thinking about getting involved with an FHA loan. So the next thing you want to do, and you always want to keep this in mind. And we are talking about budgeting. Budget for homeowner costs. Now, when I think of this, I think of myself when I got my first car, okay? When I got my first car, I thought that all I had to do was pay a little money and I'll be able to drive. That wasn't it. I had to get insurance. I had to keep the car up as far as like oil changes and all of that stuff. You know, that's upkeep. Those are extra costs, you know, of having a car. Same thing with a home. You have homeowner insurance. You have a bunch of different type of mortgage and insurance and all type of stuff that goes along with actually owning a home or purchasing a home. There are going to be certain fees that you would have to be ready to pay as well. So, in a nutshell, you always want to be prepared. You always want to budget. Now, this is a process of obtaining a loan for a home, but this can be used with any type of process when it comes down to obtaining any kind of loan, especially step 5. You always want to budget, people. I tell people this all the time as far as your credit card usage. When you are utilizing your credit cards, you want to make sure you're not overutilizing that. You want to make sure you're not maxing out your credit cards. Most people think that you can go ahead and max out your credit card and as long as you pay it off, then you're good. No. That's not true, because once you max out your credit card, then you have a high credit card usage. Another misunderstanding about credit cards is not paying your balance off all at once. That's a lie as well. You always want to pay your balance off all at once. So these are some of the main steps to help you get started. Like I said, it's not stressful. If you have a low credit score, there are options for you. You just have to do a little research. All right, you have to invest in your mind. So I'm gonna check out the live on the other phone right now. I'm trying to see if you guys. Okay, no questions. Okay. So yeah, after you budget for home, we're gonna get to step 6 real quick. But like I said, this is pretty much where you want to start and like the type of research that you want to start doing when obtaining a loan. It's not that hard to do. It doesn't have to be that stressful as a thing. I actually have a client that's a single mom. She's a single mom of two boys by herself, all right? And she obtained a $140,000 home loan, okay? So it's possible. Anything is possible when you put your mind to it, people. So we're going to get into that next step, all right? Step 6. And once again, these aren't in any specific order. These are just really just things that you want to keep in mind when trying to get a home loan. And we're going to talk about knowing, well, I'm going to just say know your, I feel old. Know your debt to income ratio. Okay, what is a debt to credit? Debt to income ratio. Do anybody know the answer to this? I see I got a couple of viewers that's watching right now. Have you guys ever heard of a debt to income ratio? And if you have, what do you think it is? I'm gonna wait for a second to see if anybody would like to answer that question. If not, I will go ahead and tell you. But make sure you guys are sharing this information, please, people. Getting a home is a major goal for, I want to say, pretty much everybody. When I was younger, I wasn't in a home. You know what I'm saying? So having the knowledge to actually obtain a home loan, that's big. And I know it's not just big for me. It's big for a lot of people. So please share this information. All right? So, since I don't have any answers for that, let me make sure, let me look at it again, make sure I didn't miss nothing. Okay, so your debt to income ratio is how much monthly income you have in comparison to how much monthly debt you have. So you want to always keep these things in mind. And this, like I said, this is basic knowledge on how you should operate in general, okay? It doesn't make sense to purchase a home when you know you can't keep it up. When you know you can't pay the mortgage, when you know you won't be able to pay the insurance to come with it, there makes no sense for you to purchase a home because that will put you in deeper debt, all right? Contrary to the popular belief that a home is actually an asset, one of my favorite books is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he says that, the author, Robert Kiyosaki, says that your home is actually a liability. And I love the way he put it. So basically, when it comes down to assets versus liabilities, you only got to think of one thing: what's going in your pocket in comparison to what's going out. If there's something that you bought that's putting money into your pocket, that's an asset. But if you purchase anything and it's taking money out your pocket, that's a liability. So it's real simple, people. It's real simple. And you want to always have this in mind when you're making any type of move in life financially, okay? You want to always be knowing whether or not you're investing into an asset or a liability. And if it is a liability, can you keep it up? Do you have passive income, or do you have some type of more than one source of income so that you won't have to be worrying about just one job or one source of income taking care of everything? Because once you start getting to home ownership and all these extra fees and everything that comes with it, the upkeep and everything, you're really going to have to be doing some reevaluating and some major budgeting and just financial planning in general. All right. So in a nutshell, people, this is a start. Okay. I just wanted to put out a little more information out for you guys on the right way or a new path to take to obtaining a home. I mean, let's be honest. Like, that's a goal amongst a lot of people, owning a home. And if it's not your goal, why isn't it your goal? Okay, ask yourself that question. Why isn't it your goal? Most people will probably answer that question and say that it's just too much. They don't want it. It's just too big. It's just too big of a goal. But that's blasphemy. There's no goal too big for anyone. Anyone, no matter where you come from. If you come from the slums of the hood, it does not matter. You can shoot for the stars and reach that goal. I'm always talking about goals because this is the reason why we live. No one was put here to suffer. No one was put here to struggle, you know? That's why we work. That's why we get up every day and go to a job, because we want to prosper. But how are you prospering? Are you shooting for your goals, or are you just working to make somebody else rich and to make sure your bills are paid and you have barely any money for yourself? Okay? Another thing that Robert Kiyosaki taught me in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is to pay yourself. All right? He says, pay yourself before you pay your bills. Now, that's a little tricky one. You got to be a special type of individual to do that. I've actually tried that technique, and, you know, I probably went about it wrong, you know, because it gave me a little stress. But for some people, they use that stress to push them harder. Me, personally, when I'm running into stress, like, it's not good. I don't like stress at all. I don't like stress at all. So like I said, people, this is where you want to start. This is basic information. First time home buyer loans. If you didn't know there was a such thing, you know now. FHA loan, Federal Housing Administration loan. That's just one loan, but that's one of those loans where you only need a minimum of a 580 credit score. A lot of people have that. Most of my clients, when they first come to me, they have that. But they just want to get to that 700 RAM or that 800 RAM, which is cool. You know, like I said, shoot for the stars and make it. So that's that. Please share this video make sure you guys are taking notes on this type of stuff, because I will always be putting this information out there so that you can utilize it. Follow my business page on Facebook at Financial Freedom Credit Repair. DM me for a free consultation ASAP. If you need credit repair or if you need credit education, DM me for a free consultation. Free consultations consist of a free credit care plan, which consists of everything that's hurting you on your credit report and how to properly turn that stuff around, people. We're serious. We are changing lives. We are accomplishing goals, and your goal can be accomplished as well. Oh, and also, money opportunities is right there. It's right around the corner. I will be reaching out. I made a post the other day to see, just to, did a little fishing to see how many people would actually want to learn how to repair credit for profit. So we are in the midst of building that system so we can all get a little bit of this credit repair money together, all right? So, like I said, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, FF Credit Repair. I need a couple more followers on that thing, So do that for me, and I'll holler at y'all later.